This week on Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered, we react to the Xbox Developer Direct.
Ubisoft, we're talking about them again.
Marathon's finally coming out.
And is that rumor of the Nintendo Switch 2 true? We take bets on it.
Welcome to another episode of Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered. Each week we talk about the biggest gaming news stories, etc. via the medium of these letters.
Yes, mysterious letters.
Yes.
Mysterious topics.
Yes.
That we will talk about off the cuff. But if you're also interested, you could send a letter to us and we'll read it and we'll answer it. We'll, riff on it at gotchacovered at gamespot.com.
Nice. All right.
First letter?
Let's go.
You go.
Hot off the press. Oh. I'm joined by the Joker.
Batman.
That's really good.
I've literally just discovered before we started.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of Mark Hamill in this episode.
I could do a Mark Hamill. I kind of freaked myself out. All right. Sorry, off the press.
Xbox's Developer_Direct happened this week, showing an extended look at Fable, Forza Horizon 6, Game Freak's Beast of Reincarnation, and the surprise reveal of Double Fine's Kiln. Xbox had a rough go of it last year, to put it lightly. What's your thoughts on the showcase, the games we saw, and if you think this brings a good start to Xbox this year?
Oh, that was rock solid.
That was a really good Developer Direct.
Yeah, no, it was like a consistent breakout of like 15-minute sections of getting a good grasp of seeing games in action, many games coming out
Variety of people
this
from
year.
across disciplines. I always love that.
Yeah. And also it's like, I mean, Fable, as was announced in 2019.
Well, no, Xbox Series was announced in 2019 at the Game Awards, and then I think this Fable would have been 2020.
Yeah, I mean, this has been
when they had their
like,
big, hey, we have games.
Whoa, look at
we got games.
But Fable, we actually saw Fable play. Some dodgy frame rates here.
There was a couple of frame rate issues. I'm still not 100% sold on the real, the art.
Yeah.
It's a little too, not uncanny valley, but it's getting there.
Well, this is the thing. It's like the art style wants to be as realistic looking as possible, but the characters themselves don't fit how realistic the world looks. So I was comparing it to Beowulf. Where it's like this, where it was like
the movie
Beowulf, because it's like that movie has is so realistic looking. The CGI was trying so hard to be as photorealistic and as cool as possible, but still had this cartooniness to it. The way they move, the way they look.
There's the Tom Hanks Christmas movie with that horrendous child.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm amazed you haven't even gone into a slightly British lilt talking about it.
Oh. Can we talk about Fable?
Can we go to Albion?
Oh, there's a scene in it when
could kill Richard Iowadi.
When someone calls you a rich twat.
Twat. We don't say twat. This is right, America.
Okay.
We don't say that word that way.
Twat. Anyway,
Fable looks good. Interested about that frame rate.
Yeah.
Autumn, still a very nebulous old thing.
The one thing I wanted to compliment it for is I really liked how improvisational the combat looked. Like, it was cool to see third-person combat. It's I don't know, it gets exhausted seeing action game after action game. But there was something really
Let's
cool.
talk about Beast of
I know, and that's where I kind of started to zone out for a bit. But it was one of those. It was really cool to see the interact. Like shooting a dude's foot out, and not just him oh, my foot, the way his body crumbles onto the ground and slides, or turning them into a chicken and then punting them. So there seems like there's a lot of creativity and probability in it, which is the thing I love and stuff like that. And also, you can have kids.
Many.
Yeah, and maybe Jean-Luc can regale their tale another time when somebody infiltrated their Fable 2 game.
Fable 3
used you to get a baby, right?
Oh my God.
Sounds like I'm supposed to tell this story now.
just do a
set it up. Okay. So Fable 3 had online co-op, and there was a bunch of achievements in that game around getting married, having kids, and doing stuff online. So I opened up my online, had a random person join my character. They immediately grab me by the hand, because you can do that. You can hold each other.
It's my favorite game mechanic that needs to be in every game, by the way.
They grab me by the hand. They lead me to the chapel or wherever, and are we're getting married now. And I'm they're would you like to marry this person? I'm sure, why not? Let's go with it. getting married.
Yeah.
First off the bat, 5 seconds in,
Let's get to it.
haven't said a word. Marriage. Then grab me by the hand again, lead me back to their house, go to the bed. They're like, shagging? We doing it? And I'm like, okay. No condom. Because again, that's the thing you could pick in that game, whether you have a condom or not. Immediately follows up with like, you have now gotten pregnant. You now have a kid. The carriage just appears next to the bed with the baby in it.
Yeah.
I get to see the baby. Suddenly, you've been booted from this game. I am teleported back to my world, exactly where I was, like a fever dream.
Yeah.
And it was like, what just happened? It's all in the span of like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, hey.
And I'm sure that person, and I guess myself too, we got like what, 3 or 4 achievements.
I was
out
going to
of
say
it.
you got achievements for it.
So that's the thing I want in this new
was-
Fable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most like surreal
Yeah.
online experience I've ever had. I felt
It was
used.
all, I mean, it's
I felt degraded.
yeah.
Used.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you do have to agree to get married.
It's
you
true.
do have to agree
I
to do
did.
the thing. You do have to agree to
Yeah.
not use a condom, correct?
I did consent to all of that. You're
Yeah,
right.
except for
good.
being kicked.
That's true. I didn't even get a hold of my child.
Oh.
Where are they? What are they doing?
What are they doing? Do they even know who I am?
So that's the storytelling I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to, and it looks like this Fable's leading into it, despite looking whatever the art style's cool. It'll be different when we play it.
Yeah.
Speaking of action games, though,
Forza 6.
hey man,
come
We
on.
can quickly talk about Forza. I mean, looks beautiful.
looks amazing.
Looks amazing.
I wear the badge of shame of my first Forza game was Forza Horizon 5.
Oh.
And I thought it was like I was like
It's sick.
blown away by it. to the
Where,
point
where
I
was 6?
so
Was
upset.
5 set? Because they've had, what, like America, the UK,
Australia.
I wanna say it was
Australia.
Australia.
It was 5, I believe.
Mexico?
Oh no, it was Mexico.
Oh,
It was Mexico, right?
Maybe-
The 5?
I'll look it up.
Look it up because I feel like it. Anyways,
Yeah.
I loved it so much. I remember where it took place. I was kind of blown away by it. I was like, wow, I'm an
Yeah.
idiot for not having played these games.
5
So-
was Mexico. You're
Yeah.
right.
So I'm pumped for the new one. It
Yeah.
looks great. They make great games.
I think they're very good at making Forza Horizon games. Let's talk about Beast of Reincarnation then. So you're talking about action games.
Yeah.
I'm very into the premise.
Sure.
It's very, I mean, it taps into the Okami lover in me. Big wolf,
Big Wolf.
nature, blight, removal, bringing niceness back to the world and nature.
I was gonna say almost a grounded Star Wars like techiness.
Mm-hmm.
There was a few shots where a lot of the droid, like a lot of things you're fighting, kind of were reminiscent of droids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm off kilter on this one, but like it was a way that the Star Wars has a way, at least Return of the Jedi and such, has a way of making nature and the tech feel like
Yeah.
it was growing over it or like existing with it. And I like this game was actually kind of giving those vibes in a weird way, artistically.
That's the thing. So artistically, I think once it gets into battles, that's when I was like, shit, I can't concentrate on the subtitles and also try and pass
I
everything on the
zoned
screen
out.
because it's a very busy battle UI. And I think, hey, once you get to play it, that sounds, I mean, if it's one of those really in-depth systems that you get really engrossed in.
Quick
I
time
think,
events, like, and there's even like pausing and like choosing certain
Yeah,
things, but then there's
yeah.
like mixed into action.
I love the one where you kind of draw the thing in the air and
The
you bounce
vines?
off it and then
The
you,
vines?
you do like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do like a drop it. I mean, I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. Emma and Koo. Emma is, I don't know, that's a Sekiro. Wasn't there an Emma in Sekiro?
Yeah, Lady Emma. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Game
I
Freak.
don't particularly think of that as like a name that Japanese people would
But Emma.
use, but Emma.
Yeah. I think, that's one of those cases where I was like, this does look like an action game. And it looks, there's
Yeah.
a lot of action games that have come out over the past few years.
I mean, there was a very Sekiro
Yeah.
parry. There was a very Phantom Blade.
style sort of jazz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it. I'm excited for Game Freak to be doing something.
Yeah, totally.
That's not Pokemon,
Yeah.
to be honest.
It was-
and hey, maybe. Well, I guess it's not on Switch, so or is it on Switch? It's definitely on
no.
Xbox and PC, but
We'll
like,
see. It's Unreal, or at least
so
it
it's
looked,
probably
it
not on
looked
Switch.
like Unreal.
So it's not gonna be on Switch. Finally,
Surprise.
Double Fine's killing.
Killing.
I want to commend whoever at Double Fine was writing the pun names of all the people.
Oh yeah, it was like one
Because
after
they
the
were
other.
just pot and cold. Kilnit was another good one. It looks really fun.
For me, this was a cool surprise because as a long Double Fine fan, and I've supported their Amnesia Fortnights for many moons and bought those packs. I remember when this was revealed this morning, I was like, oh my god, this is the game. This is one of the Amnesia Fortnite games that were happening during the development of Psychonauts 2, which they show. So yes, which they show in Psych Odyssey. So it was like really cool to be like, oh my god, I remember seeing behind the scenes. I mean, like of them actually creating that thing, and then I don't know. Double Fine's such a fascinating studio that they allow pockets of their team to go and do something and be creative and weird and try stuff, and then all of a sudden X amount of years later it's like, whoa, there's the thing that they experimented with during an Amnesia Fortnite, and holy crap, it's a game now. Like it's a thing that's happening, and right off the tail of like of Keeper just like coming out only like a month or two ago. So and I mean, it's one of those things where in theory it's like not necessarily a game I would like go out of my way to like. Mechanically, it's not like a game I'd be like, oh, that's a Kirk game, like a combat sort of, what would you, arena brawler style thing.
Splatoon-ish.
Yeah, I do love Splatoon, but I guess that's an interesting comparison. But it's the Double Fineness and ability to be like, we're gonna try something we've never done before, and they seem to do that over and over and over again.
Yep.
And also that you can create your own, like the whole one of the biggest concepts is creating your own.
Create your own pot.
Your own pots. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little surprise. I also think it was like a good move on Microsoft's part to lead with, here's the 3 games you already know exist.
They like doing that.
They
don't
do.
They? But also, I after the last couple of years that Microsoft has had, Xbox in particular, I think it's very nice that they are still putting small, weird games front and center in their big developer
they did buy Double Fine for that reason. And they only got Psychonauts 2, which was already in development. Yep. So Keeper was the first truly under the umbrella of Xbox Double Fine game, and now we already have another one coming out less than a year later, and that's the sort
less than 6 months later.
I know, and that's the sort of cadence that's like I hope
small, nimble, agile teams.
Yeah,
cool shit.
Experimenting, trying, getting weird. Yeah. So good. Letter. On Wednesday, Ubisoft announced they called a major company reset. This resulted in 6 games getting canceled. The only one we know about being the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. 7 games have been delayed, with speculation that one is the long-rumored Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. Finally, 2 studios closed. Beyond Good and Evil still exists.
Okay.
Ubisoft has reorganized their company into 5 creative houses. These are buckets that certain genres and franchises will exist in. Which bucket's output are you most excited for? Which bucket will contribute the most to shareholder value? Well, this is really difficult because last week, obviously, we had bad Ubisoft news concerning layoffs and all that jazz.
The closure of the Halifax studio.
Yep. It's difficult to even want to talk about a bucket of output to be excited for when it's just...
They already said as part of this, because it was in a big investor presentation, because of course, that the kind of final act of this restructure is coming on February 12th. So great for all the Ubisoft employees who now just have to live in limbo for almost a month. Oh, Ubisoft as a company is perplexing to look at from the outside, and I imagine just as perplexing to look at from the inside. So the thing about Ubisoft looking from the outside in is that for a long time we've all known it has been an extremely bloated company that has lost the agility and nimbleness that it would have had 10 plus years ago. It still has big hits. Assassin's Creed makes a bill. And, that is what Vantage Studios is. That's what Creative House 1 is scaling and extending Ubisoft's largest and established franchises to turn them into annual billionaire brands. Okay, so that's your Assassin's Creed, your Far Cry, your Rainbow Six. Then you've got Creative House 2, which is cooperative and competitive shooters, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, and The Division.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. 3 is Select Sharp Live Services, Brawlhalla, For Honor, which I didn't realize was still going, Riders Republic, Skull and Bones, and The Crew. 4, immersive fantasy worlds and narrative-driven, Anno, Beyond Good and Evil, Might and Magic, Prince of Persia, Rayman, and then 5 is your casual family-friendlies, so Hasbro, Portfolio, Just Dance, etc. Notable things missing there.
Notable things there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Beyond Good and Evil being still a part of this is so wild to me. Notable things missing, Rabbids
Yeah.
as a brand. Watch Dogs seems completely DOA as part of this. Yes, Splinter Cell being in competitive, cooperative shooter experience, sure, I guess. And that and Ghost Recon maybe, but yeah, it's very. I just don't think I'm built to be a share person to look at something like this with such a callous eye, where you can put all of these thousands of people into these buckets. I think it is a good thing ultimately that they have stopped. They are separating out. And that each of these creative houses is going to be responsible for their own financials and success, et cetera, et cetera. But there are going to be these core services that they can all tap into. However, I wonder how that increases or decreases risk for your smaller projects, the more experimental ones, because if
it doesn't look like there's any room for it on here.
Well, I assume Creative House 4 would maybe, and maybe 5 would be like where those kind of come into play. But at the same time, it's like, if you are responsible for your own finances and you release a game and you're tapping into whatever core services Ubisoft provides, but overall your margins are small, you don't break even. What happens if your game doesn't do well and are you not buoyed by however successful that year's Assassin's Creed is or Far Cry?
What stops you from just
What stops you from being
one of the other buckets or things like that?
What stops you from being cut completely? Because that's the world that we live in. And it's.
I just want to see something cool, like come out of these companies that can be fostered and taken care of and have an actual, last time we mentioned the Prince of Persia game that came out last year.
Well, there was 2.
Well, yeah, right.
Rogue and Lost Crown, but Lost Crown, mwah.
Both of them unique.
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
2.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah.
Anyways, and the Lost Crown is one of those things where that was a cool attempt at taking an IP that was known and trying to using it as a means to try a new genre, or at least for them, try to do a Metroidvania and involve that. So yeah, but again, it's just I have a really hard time looking at this and even pretending to be excited. I just want to see games come out. I just want to know that Ubisoft is supporting its staff and making the right decisions to make sure they have their jobs and doing something. Beyond Good and Evil 2, knowing that was a thing that apparently still exists, that was not among the game that was canceled. I don't know.
Which Beyond Good and Evil 2 isn't that currently rumored to be the game that has been the longest in development of all time?
Yeah.
It was announced back in 2008.
Yeah. So I don't know.
We're coming up on 20 years of that game haven't been announced. That's insane.
Yeah. I don't know. This is one of those topics where I don't know how much more I can say that hasn't already been said, especially because you have put it so eloquently.
Oh, thank you.
And I definitely lean on your knowledge and articulation for stuff like this, because I just look at it I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I've always kind of had an estranged relationship with Ubisoft.
Yeah, I think there is I think in certain ways it's fine and it's right to take a very cynical eye to this, because I think that is the way that Ubisoft has, not discounting the incredible artists and developers who work, but overall the group strategy has been very cynical. It has been tapping into trends. It has been streamlining that open world formula to copy paste into take Far Cry into Avatar, for example. I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's betting big, but staying safe.
Yeah.
And that's, you know.
I want to be I just want to say I'm very creative and art supportive and focused. So I just want to make sure that like, if you're there, if you're at Ubisoft and you're making these games and you hear someone like me being like, I don't care, just know that like, I just want people to be doing something that they're proud of and make something cool. That's it. Yeah. And if like, it may not be my jam, and I know there is probably good stuff to look forward to that Ubisoft is doing, that your team is doing. It's just, I don't know. It's hard for us. It's hard for me to sit here and hear headline after headline after headline and just be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, that being said, I guess if I really did have to give an answer, it would probably be bucket 4. Immersive fantasy worlds and narrative-driven universes.
Yeah,
but
I mean, love Prince of Persia, love Rayman. The thing is that I fall off Assassin's Creed so hard, but I always get excited about where they're setting them. So, you know, I was excited about Shadows being finally in Japan. I'm excited about Hex because I love that medieval witch hunt, you know, that kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm like, it's going to be the backbone that I've grown tired of. 4 remake though, cool. Letter time. Marathon has finally been given a release date of March the 5th. This comes after a hard 2025 for the game, with a poorly received beta, plagiarism scandal, and delay from its original release date, all creating a negative sentiment around the game. However, it hit number 5 on the Steam pre-order charts this week, showing signs it might not all be doom and gloom. If it's successful critically and sales-wise, is the story that it was a turnaround, or that initial negative perception was overblown? I'm not necessarily thinking the initial reception was overblown, because people can only react to what they are being shown.
Yeah.
And what they were shown was a game that was not ready to be shown. Like, so many of the things that should have been figured out by the time, especially given the initial release date that was supposed to launch last year, by the time people actually got their hands on Marathon, none of that stuff was implemented properly.
Yeah, I think the reaction was completely justified. I think the negative sentiment formed from, you know, making poor decisions, showing the game when it wasn't ready. The plagiarism thing was huge, and I, you know, rightfully was huge. Like, and the thing as well is that the initial negative perception, I think this is an issue with perhaps Bungie as a studio in general. When it came to Destiny, they had enormous ideas. They were buoyed by the fact that they were the Halo team, and they'd had such incredible success, and they wanted out, and they wanted to do something different. Destiny, when it first launched, not great. But then they had the time, because that's how games worked back then. We were not completely oversaturated with free-to-play. You could spend the time and fix stuff, provided you had the financial backing and wherewithal to do that. And they did that for Destiny. They did that for Destiny too. And I'm not saying it was all smooth sailing from then, because being friends with Destiny players, they will tell you it has absolutely not all been smooth sailing. Jean-Luc.
However,
thousand-eyed stare.
Yes. However, we are now in a market where you simply do not have that luxury anymore. Bungie does not have the luxury of being those people who you, trust me, bro, will fix it later if it doesn't work. We are being bombarded at all times with so many things to play, most of them free, with microtransactions, of course. And then, so I don't think it was overblown. I think they had an overblown opinion about what they were showing. And I think it is good that they have seemingly listened. The Vidocs apparently are going down better. People are more on board with it. And the fact that it's shot up the pre-order sales chart. People are liking this turnaround. And I'm not saying that game developers should make what they want to make. But they should not be surprised when people are like, hey, I don't like that.
Yeah. I still think Bungie has the clout. I still think like they like clout. And that's why it's like, it's hard to imagine that the mistake of the beta, Lucy.
I'm British.
beta. It's not. It's I like Bungie sure has stumbled with Destiny 2, and I know Jean-Luc with the 1,000-yard stare has gone through ups and downs. But the key point is has gone through, from what I understand, Jean-Luc, you can correct me if I'm wrong, high highs and low lows, right?
I always came back when they knocked it out of the park.
Exactly, and I think that in of itself is like a testament to Bungie.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I surprised that Marathon is like up there? To be completely honest, I'm not. I still feel it's like it's Bungie. It's I don't know. I'm not saying Bungie's gonna get it right, but they've like shown their ability to have those high highs and those low lows, and listen and try and do stuff right. So we'll see. I think Bungie has enough clout and enough like I think they're well intentioned enough. That's like, I'm not saying that Marathon's going to be great. By the way, I'm not like, but you know, I think
Gunplay was good. I played it last year. Like I played in the thing that they released, and I went to Bungie, and I was like, Gunplay felt good.
Yeah,
it was just everything else around it that didn't exist. What are some of your favorite games that made a comeback after either pre-release or in a post-release update?
Like games that came out that were like not good and then got good.
Yeah, struggled. I mean, I'm gonna say something.
Go for it.
I did not like how Witcher 3 handled at launch.
Yeah.
I really struggled with how Geralt's
the movement, they had to change the way he moves.
Yes.
They added an alternate Geralt movement on.
Yeah, his acceleration was nuts, and he was just glumphing around. And honestly, I think the work that CDPR did for Witcher 3, like obviously the core of the game, the story stuff was incredible, but I think making all of those quality of life adjustments, adding those like the free DLCs and stuff. I mean, I don't know why I'm air quoting it. They were free, but it was like, you know, I feel like that was more of a goodwill gesture than any, you know.
I mean, on the CDPR thing, Cyberpunk. And the thing for me is I didn't really necessarily like Cyberpunk even after they fixed it. It wasn't until Phantom Liberty that game clicked for me. That I was like, oh, this is the game I think I wanted to actually play in the first place, is Phantom Liberty. So like that's a good example.
I mean, Phantom Liberty
10 out of 10 games.
10 out of 10.
Great.
And that 2.0 update that came with it, like rebalanced the entire skill tree, the economy of that game, which was like not good when the game launched.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't play it at launch, but it's a game I'm currently playing a lot. And that's Sea of Thieves. And I know they just had an update that is upsetting a lot of people. So I'm joining the sea right as all the fans are like, fuck this game. So they're wiping the doubloon currency, if that means anything to you.
What does that mean?
No.
Basically, there's 3 currencies in the game. Okay. There's your gold, there's doubloons, and then there's some other currency.
Silver?
It's the one you buy. It's the currency you buy. Doubloons is a very rare currency that comes from doing like seasonal content, basically. And that's what gets you like the special stuff, the special skins. There's probably some Sea of Thieves listener right now who's like, this dude has no idea what he's talking about. Look, you don't have to believe I'm one of you. Just know that I love the game and I enjoy it. And I'm getting into it apparently at a rough time because
choppy seas.
People are upset. But people have been players who've been playing since the beginning have been hoarding their doubloons. Have like 100,000 doubloons. And I guess the developers have seen the economy is kind of broken and inflated, and they're making the decision in the next season update to wipe
what a doubloon recession.
They're giving people the
recession indicator. The doubloons are going.
So they're giving people the chance to spend them, but not the way that those people have been
wanted to.
I mean, to be fair,
clean.
One,
I got by the way, I have like 99 doubloons, so I'm like, it's okay.
One, welcome to being a Destiny player. They have changed the economy of that game like 10 times and wiped out currencies. Two, I don't know anything about this game, so I don't know if this is the right decision, but isn't like the whole point of being a pirate hoarding all your wealth and then stealing it from people, refusing to give up, dying, burying it, telling people that you put it all in one piece, like, you know, that's the whole thing.
I know.
So
and they're switching a lot of the things that cost doubloons into gold. So I can there's a bunch of cosmetics I can buy with my doubloons, but now there's one set I want so bad, but it costs so many doubloons. It's basically will make my boat look like a casino. Like change my anchor dropper into like a roulette table. I want it so bad, but it's like 6,000 doubloons. I was like, I can never afford that.
Can you give other players your doubloons?
I don't know.
Because if I was one of those like players and I was like, I can't even spend all this money, I would just like give it to random people. I'd be like, hey kid, here's 1,000,000 doubloons. Go nuts.
We're getting off topic. I'm sorry, but can I just tell the quickest story about gold in a game?
Okay.
Back in 2009, when I was playing World of Warcraft, and there wasn't microtransactions, and you couldn't buy gold, so like everything was earned in game, and all my friends were way ahead of me, and I wanted to try and catch up. I made a shady deal on the internet with a guy who farmed gold and met him in the middle of a farm in game to exchange gold for real. I like paid him online, and then he met me in a field, and then I paid him online in that moment, and then he traded gold with me, chucked it off, and he went on his way, and I went on mine.
How much money did you spend?
Not that much.
Okay.
But it was but I did a shady gold deal in the far off farmlands of WoW.
I love that shit.
I love that.
And I always think back, I was like, today a kid just puts in their parents' credit card and is like,
Yep.
100,000 gold, here I come.
V-Bucks.
Not me. I had to.
You did it the old-fashioned way.
That means that guy slaved. Like that means he actually was his job was logging on WoW, farming gold.
People became millionaires on Second Life.
I know. Oh yeah, I know somebody who did, and then I'll tell
lost
you another
it all.
time. No, they ended up making a very successful video game. I'll tell you after. Anyways,
Letter time.
letter time. There's a rumor
Oh boy.
that Nintendo might have to raise the price of the Switch 2.
Okay.
Bet how much the Switch 2 will cost at the end of 2026. You will owe the other person how many dollars you're off by. Wow.
How much is it now?
It's 400.
I think it'll be 450.
That's it.
Yep. Wasn't that the price increase for the Switch 1? I think it was $50.
What was the price increase for the PlayStation?
I think it was $50.
5? Just $50?
Yeah. They like a round number.
Yeah, you're onto something, and I don't want to take your number because, again, I always say that $499, that $500 is,
I think
a little spooky.
I don't think they could go up to that.
Yeah, $499.
No.
So they're gonna be like, "Hey, hello everyone, we have an important message for you.
This is Miyamoto.
This is Miyamoto here.
Open your wallets."
For those of you who have not invested in the Switch 2 yet, we have an important message. To make demands of rising costs, we are making the Nintendo Switch 2 $449.99.
So
That's how much I paid for it with Mario Kart.
I'm looking up online, and right now it is $450.
But is it the Mario Kart bundle?
No.
Oh, in that case, 500.
Wait, what do you mean? Did they already increase the price and no one noticed? Unless we just didn't know.
No, it's already been. It's always been
But what was
$450, and the Mario Kart it's $500.
Oh.
Oh.
God, now I have to take back my entire
Okay, well, mine's the 500. Mine'll be
So you will say 500.
I'll say 499. Yeah.
Damn it. Hello. Hello, everyone. Miyamoto here. I have a special message for you. For those of you who have not invested in the Nintendo Switch 2 yet. I'm announcing that the console, to make sure it's getting the best quality, it's going to be $499.99.
Okay, so we're both going for 500.
No, I'm just trying to do what they would do in a direct.
I don't think they would announce it in a direct. They don't want to put Miyamoto's face on that.
It's gotcha.
No, it'll be a tweet.
Yeah. It'll just be just a burp in the night. This little
like
a left cheek.
Yeah,
sneak.
like 3 a.m.
I mean,
Pacific time.
I could see them doing a video where they have to
unless they apologize
and bow. They would probably
Yeah, they might
apologize.
do
I
that.
hope they don't use the new president Devin as her
Oh, yeah,
opportunity
like
to
first,
make her
"Hey,
appearance and be
y'all."
like, "Hey, everybody, I'm the new president."
No, I think it would be the Japanese side
Yeah,
to do it.
it would have to
They would take responsibility
Yeah,
for that.
that's tough because I think you nailed it. So that means no matter what, I'm going to probably have to go up, and I'm going to have to owe you $50 because they're going to do a round number. Well, you know what? Screw it. $549.99.
Okay.
And then you'll have 50. Oh, God damn it. I'm like already, I just know I'm losing.
Bats.
Bats.
Rats.
Bats and rats. Next letter.
Next letter. The Killing Stone. Lucy
Ooh.
went to an event and wants to talk about it.
Yeah,
Kurt,
you
however,
do.
did not. But since it's a game about playing cards against the devil, Kurt, what game do you think you could beat the devil at?
Dragon's Lair. Just kidding. That's an interesting question. I do love
Why should you go a little into Arkham there? You and a little Joker.
guess the number.
What?
I can.
Oh.
That's the game I could beat the devil at. Guess what number I'm thinking of.
What number are you thinking of?
You tell me.
20.
No.
Well, what's the range?
1 to 100.
49.99.
Sorry, got you this time, devil. And I'm never going to tell you what number I was thinking of.
No.
See, well, I already
What
won.
has it got in its pockets?
I'm a big fan of Kings in a Corner.
The card game, King's Corner?
Yeah, King's Corner. Yeah. The card. Yeah. The card game that we.
I like that card game. Yeah.
And while it's not like a super competitive game, the best thing about it, the thing I love doing, if listeners don't know what it is, go look it up. It's my
fun.
favorite.
It's
It's my
a great
favorite
game.
card game. The best thing is just kind of chatting while you're playing it and witnessing
Noticing?
the one move that the other player didn't do.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite thing in the world is just to be like, when I taught Jean-Luc and Jake this at an airport when our planes are getting delayed from London, Ontario, Canada. The best thing is he would if we noticed the next player would be like, we would always start with Jean-Luc, you fucking idiot. And then immediately just do the move. But it would always be great when I messed up and they came back to me. Anyways.
You think you beat the devil?
Yeah, so I'm anyways, I'm gonna stick to guessing a number.
So the Killing Stone, there is a demo available right now that I'm super jazzed about, and so it's basically there was a family, and there was kind of the head of this family, the matriarch of this family, occult, witchy. She should have been condemned for her crimes.
But
Instead, she passed the curse onto her family members.
what a jerk.
And so now you basically have to battle the devil and go through this big contract for each family member and get them out of it. But there are boons, there are debuffs that kind of are related to the family members. And so those could be permanent, and also they manifest as cards that appear in your deck and you have to use them. So overall, I think it's a really cool concept just as a framework. I mean, I don't know if these family members are worth saving,
So why are you even doing it?
Why even doing it? Well, beat the
Are you
devil.
breaking the
Beat
curse?
devil
Are you
of
breaking
his-
your own curse? In that are you a part of I mean
I think it's just your job.
oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
You better be getting a good paycheck.
One cool thing about it that you don't really hear about, or the games don't do much, is that there is text and voiceover in traditional English, but there's also text and voiceover in Shakespearean.
Ooh, actually Old English?
Old English. And they voiced it fully
Wow.
too. So
Nice.
seems very cool, coming out later this year. Actually, not long. I think it's next month.
I did look the game up a bit, and the thing that kind of stood out to me is it's the first game I've seen in a post-inscription world that seems to actually kind of be leaning into that sort of design, because Inscription, obviously you play this card game, but you can actually physically get up and walk around in the room and do stuff. And it looks like there's a bit of that in this.
Yeah, because there's this manor house that you walk around. Also, I think they in the thing there was so it's Jordan Thomas, who worked on Bioshock 2. I think they were oh yeah, we have ImSim backgrounds and there's Bioshock backgrounds and stuff. And I was walking around, I was yeah, you're damn right you do. There's Bioshock in there, there's Dishonored in there, little Deus Ex.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, occult. I'm very into the occult at the moment.
I would
that
say
sounds weird.
I've just been really into the occult recently. Just are you in a cult?
No, I wouldn't be in an occult.
Oh, well, if you were, I'd be pretty into it.
Yeah.
If you were to tell me that game by genres, card based, card battle,
that's the thing.
deck
It's
building thing, I would be "Whoa, I'm good." However, actually like seeing the game and
There's
seeing
stuff
this
around
again,
it.
it's like that sort of Inscription inspired sort of approach to being like, it's more than just a card game. That there's a lot more going on, and there's like actual agency and physically getting up and looking at stuff. That's why I was like, oh.
Chat. Anyway,
Yeah.
cool.
Happy you got to talk about it.
Me too.
Yeah. All right.
Letter.
Ladder.
Ah.
Viewer mail. Viewer mail. Ah. Okay. Hey, Kurt and Lucy.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's me, Squawkabilly. Love the show, and it's just two gamers talking about things they love. Don't forget about one Jean-Luc Seipke over there
Three
who chimes
gamers.
in. Just a wave. What is the weather today, Jean-Luc?
It's 47.
Asian 47. Now to the question.
Okay.
My question is about Half-Life 3.
Okay.
The source engine that you love. That makes you... I only just learned that recently. That sucks.
Yeah, it's specifically Source Engine.
The source engine makes Lucy
Bro,
motion
What is
sick.
it about it? What's
It's funny because I feel like the source engine is like the pinnacle, right? As like of like things that feel good.
yeah?
I don't know. Not you. Sorry, buddy.
That's all right.
The first two games were wait. So did Half-Life make you? Did all those make you sick?
So the thing is, this is something I have developed. This is certainly in the last 5 years because I played Portal, Half-Life 2, Portal 2 years ago.
Fine.
And
And then all of a sudden,
then
Counter-Strike. You're a big Counter-Strike person.
specifically, I'm not putting NVIDIA on blast here, but I mean, look, of all the things I can put NVIDIA on blast for, this is the weakest one. They keep showing, the RTX upscaling stuff. They do a lot of stuff in Source Engine, and every time I've done it, I've just been like, what? Watching you play a little bit of Alex the other day.
Well, that was
I
also
mean,
that was
weird circumstances.
a weird VR
Yeah.
setup that we were doing.
So it's more like an NVIDIA problem than a.
I think it's I just cannot handle when the frame rate and like the acceleration and everything. It just makes me. But also, I will tell you, I think maybe it is my body remembering the fact that when my old roommate had like an original DK1 or DK2 development kit for Oculus, and he was making architectural software. It was cool. He sold it. It was amazing. But he also figured out how to make Half-Life 2 work on it. And I played Half-Life 2 in VR before it was officially ever.
I mean, you also just don't do well with VR.
I just don't do well with VR.
Well,
Anyway,
okay. The first two games were extraordinary for their time, and I would say they still are today. I replay those games often, and I'm always like, whoa. Particularly in how they approached first-person storytelling. Half-Life set a benchmark, and Half-Life 2 completely redefined expectations with its use of physics, environmental storytelling, and graphics. Even today, many of those elements remain unmatched.
iconique.
Which is remarkable, considering that was over 20 years ago.
Don't do that.
I still have I think about this all the time. I remember playing the Half-Life 2 demo of Ravenholm and my friend Matt's.
I remember
bedroom.
I installed it in like our living room in my mum's house. I remember the exact IKEA desk, like just like how it felt, like putting turning on the PC and putting stuff on it and like booting it up. And yeah.
A great deal has changed since then in technology,
Sure
in
has.
game design, and in player expectations. So if Half-Life 3 were ever to be released, what kind of innovation do you think, or perhaps hope, it would introduce? What feature or design choice could genuinely surprise seasoned FPS players in a way that makes them say, I never imagined it could be done like this? Cheers, and thanks for the great show.
Who's that from?
I don't want to say it incorrectly. I'm so sorry. Junaid?
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 Junaid.
Junaid! Thanks, Junaid. If we're saying it right, I hope. Well, the one thing I want to say is if you haven't or are capable or have the ability to play Half-Life Alyx, because that is the game that I played in 2020 that blew my mind just as much as Half-Life 2 did, where I was like, I felt like I was playing something that felt inconceivable. That was like, this game is just so tightly designed and so refined. I always think about there's one level in a factory, in a glass bottle factory, and it remains to me like one of the most ingenious, just It's so brilliant. And also the way it trains the player. I know I went on this rant when we did our deliberations, but there's just this brilliant scene when you're trained to not touch anything because you're in VR and you're moving through this glass factory. And there's this brilliant scene. You're hiding from something that reacts to sound, and you open a cabinet and a glass bottle falls and your intuition is to catch it.
Yeah.
So when you do that in real time, it's like, not only did they just like blow my fucking mind, but like actually like got me to react the way they wanted me to react, but they did it in VR and they did anyways.
That's really cool.
Brilliant. So it's hard to say like, what do you want to see when you haven't seen it yet, right? That's like the thing that blows your mind.
Yeah.
What about
there's always one thing I think about with Silent Hill. Silent Hills. That was mentioned, and I don't think anyone has ever really done it, in particular because it would be a horror game. I think it'd be very impactful. Where they were talking about the fact that the game would exist outside of the game. Like you would give it your phone number and it would call you, and there would be this kind of extra layer to it. And I'm not sure what it is that Valve could do with a Half-Life 3, but I mean, I guess with Steam Frame, Steam Machine, and the fact that this could be in, something that utilizes their hardware as well as just being a key piece of software for them. I would love to see it escape the box in a way. The orange.
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it escape the box, the orange box.
But I think you're right, though. I think we don't know what you would want from it because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And I think that is the joy of Valve games when they do come out, is they do things that we
couldn't perceive,
couldn't
things
anticipate.
Like we couldn't possibly put together ourselves. Thinking with Portals was one of the most amazing, it's like an amazing tagline.
Well, that was technically not them first.
But still,
was it Quadrilateral?
But still
No,
under
Quadrilateral
under the
Cowboy.
Valve sort of ethos, like they took them in, right? It's like that's like
what was the name of that game?
Oh, I forget. It's a student project originally.
Right.
Yeah, and then Valve, took the, but then at the same time, don't forget that Valve took in like
Firewatch,
Firewatch team,
Campo
Campo Santo.
and those are the folks who worked on Alex.
But then that game that they announced seems it's
I know. In the Valley of the Gods, I always think about it because Firewatch was like the greatest debut game ever, and then they became a part of Valve.
Narbacular Drop.
What was it?
Narbacular Drop.
That was it. Not Quadrilateral Cowboy. But I knew it was like a name.
That's a cool name,
reminiscent
though.
of it.
Well, that's a real game.
Yeah.
Quadrilateral Cowboy.
There you go.
Quadrilateral Cowboy,
Okay,
yeah.
well, never mind. I thought you had something.
I did
more
not
cooler.
just come up with that. but-
Well, too bad. Yeah, I guess if I had to give an answer, I would the leap that Half-Life 2 accomplished was physics and your interactability with the world, and the amount of time I spent when I first played that game just like in the playground of just like messing. Like I remember picking up like a doll, like a baby doll.
I just picked up a baby.
I just picked up a baby and just was like messing around with that baby doll for so long and trying to mess with the playground as much as possible. Same thing in Half-Life Alyx. The moment I realized I could pick up cans in that game and crush them in my hand, I was like, oh my God. It was just that like the subtle, it's the subtle interactivity that they accomplish that makes, that feels so unimportant, but by putting it in the game, it suddenly feels like, oh my God, like duh, like duh. So for me, it would be cool to see how they take that a step further and way the actual physical world inside of a game functions.
Yep.
Like obviously we have games like Battlefield where like the worlds are completely destructible.
Levolution.
Yes, exactly. But I want to see how Valve can take that like even a step further, and then use that, of course, to its design.
I think there are the obvious things. Like I think audio has become so much more important for me over the last few years. I think it kind of like makes or breaks very intense experiences for me, where it's like, oh, I recognize that sound effect, or I do this, or that didn't work. Like, especially when you're playing something that has even a hint of tension, having spatial audio has become beautiful. I don't know what I would want from it. At this point, it's just surreal to still be talking about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching another episode of Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered.
That's right, Lucy James. I am also very thankful for you to be watching the show with us. I'm Kurt and Davina.
And I'm Lucy James. Remember, you can email your letters to gotchacovered@gamespot.com. Over to John Luke with the weather.